Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day. Here is my coffee of the day. We're going to do the white chocolate caramel loaded coffee along with a cup of fat-free Fairlife milk. Then for my breakfast, we are going to do some Catalina Crunch apple cider donut, which is absolutely amazing, and then one of the Chobani 20-gram protein vanilla yogurts. Hey guys, happy Monday. I just have a couple of minutes, so I thought I would just tell you good morning. And this weekend pretty much peaked my entire week. I honestly don't know how these things keep happening. I can give you some more updates hopefully sometime this week. I don't think we'll get everything answered today. Hopefully that's not too super loud. It probably is. But after the whole week with my son being in the hospital, he finally got out of the hospital on Saturday. He did have some complications where they wanted to keep him a little bit longer. So he did end up getting out Saturday. So we didn't have to make any more trips after Friday up there. But then Friday, it kind of started late Friday afternoon. One of my dogs, my Chihuahua, was acting a little bit different, which, I just thought that maybe he wasn't feeling well, or he has a tendency to go, and he's like 4 pounds. He's actually, when we took him in, he was 3.7 pounds, I think. Oh no, he's right at 4 pounds. He's right at 4 pounds because he's lost 0.3 ounces. He's lost 3 ounces. So he was 4.3 last time we brought him in. So he was 4 pounds exactly. And he has this tendency to go flying off of the furniture, and he's hurt himself a couple of times doing that. So that's what I thought it was, because he just was walking kind of, weird. But he had eaten that day. He had eaten in the morning, then he ate that night for his dinner. I saw him drink water. He was going outside and using the bathroom, but then he was just walking really slow. And I thought, gosh, I think he just may have hurt himself. Then Saturday, he really didn't want to move at all, but he would still get up to go outside and everything. And he would not eat his dinner though. And he would not eat anything in the morning. He doesn't have any teeth, so he has to only eat soft food. And he just was not interested. He did eat his treats, but he was not interested in food. Did not see him drink any water. I could not get him to drink water. But he went outside and used the bathroom. So I figured, well, he must be drinking water at night. We can't watch him 24/7. So I figured he must have been drinking water at some point. I left the house several times on Saturday. And like I said, then Saturday night, we got him to eat a little bit. I had some chicken, just plain chicken, and I got him to eat that. But he just was not interested in anything else. But he just did not want to get up and move or anything. Yesterday morning, Sunday morning, he would not get up at all. He could not walk. His whole back leg, but again, it just seemed like he hurt himself, and I would press on it. But he finally got up and started walking. He just wanted me to get him down off the couch. So it's then I thought, okay, he definitely must have hurt himself, because he was afraid to walk down the stairs. He was afraid to jump off. So I thought, okay, he definitely must have hurt his back. We've got to take him in. My husband doesn't work on Monday, so the plan was he was just going to take him in Monday morning and, just get his back looked at and his legs looked at. And that's what we were just thinking it was. And we were thinking he wasn't eating because he didn't want to walk, to the bowl. But then about halfway through the day, he just started to seem, it was getting scary to where he just didn't want to do anything. He did not want to walk. He did not even barely hold his head up. He was in his bed. He would get from one side of the bed to the other, and that was about it. And so then finally, oh my gosh, you guys, this is just, I can't believe this is my life right now. And we were just getting really scared. So we called the vet. They do have emergency hours on Saturdays and Sundays. And then every, between 5 and 10 p.m., they have emergency hours, and there's just somebody always there. So it's not like you have to call them and they have to come meet you. There's a vet there from 8 in the morning to 10 p.m. every day of the week. So we took him in, although Sundays it's not till 10 a.m. So we got him there we called them and they said, yeah, bring him on down. They would triage him and see if, we had to do the emergency or if we could come back the next day and not have to pay the emergency fee, which we didn't care about. Like it's almost like they were trying to talk us out of it. It was really odd. They're like, well, it'll be $185 to bring him in today after we triage him. And if you decide you want us to keep him here, or it'd only be $93 if you came in on Monday morning. We were like, we would rather at least get him looked at. Like we don't care, So we took him in. They said that he was definitely dehydrated and, which, again, we can't watch him every minute drinking his water. And we had told him everything that was going on. They watched and then he started walking and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like we told the vet, like he has not walked all day today. Like that was what made us scared because I would put him up on his feet and he'd just fall over. And the vet's like, well, he's stimulated. So he's kind of like his anxiety and his adrenaline's going. So he's walking. So they took his temperature, no temperature. But they're like, well, let's do some blood work and let's see what happens. Well, his white blood count was through the roof. And he said it was much more like he has a little bit of dental disease, which we're gonna have to get that fixed, but we can't until we get whatever's wrong with him right now done. But he said that the white blood count, it was like 30-some thousand. He said that high of amount would not really be just his teeth. Like if he had an infection in his gums or something, he said that would not be an amount that would happen. So he said there has to be another infection somewhere. So he did, a little, like he said, maybe it's like a urinary tract infection, which is very normal with dogs. Because he said that the kidneys look fine and the livers look fine and his heart looked fine according to the blood test. But he said he cannot rule out cancer because of his age, and a blood test is not going to tell you if it's cancer of the kidneys or cancer of the liver or that kind of thing. But he could definitely rule out kidney disease, which is kind of what he was maybe thinking because of how he was acting. But he could not rule out cancer of one of those things. So he did like a test where he was checking for a urinary tract infection, plus he could kind of look inside there, and he is a little bit concerned about his prostate because he looks very enlarged. So they are going to take a sample of that and see if there's anything in there. But he says that he said that the way it looked, he thinks it's benign, but he won't know, of course, until everything comes back. So they said that the best thing for him was to hospitalize him for the night and give him fluids to get his dehydrated. But he said since he's so little, they have to really be careful how much fluids to give him. And then they're going to give him IV antibiotics because he did have a urinary tract infection. I can't remember if I said that. But he even said, though, even with the urinary tract infection and any kind of infection he may have on this one tooth does not look good. He said that he feels like that should not make that white blood count be so high. But he said that the way the white blood count was, which made us feel a little bit better, was that it definitely showed that it happened in the last 2 days. So whatever happened to him happened in the last 2 days. So he goes, so it matches everything you're saying, what he was saying and all that, that when it all started. But he still doesn't think that high of a white blood count would be the urinary tract infection added with the infected tooth. He really did not think that would be enough to cause that high of a blood count. So he was just still very concerned. So they kept him overnight. They're going to do a full body like MRI on him, which would show up any kind of tumors and stuff. So they did call last night and said that the fluids and the IV antibiotics are definitely making him feel better because he was getting very ornery and was letting them know that he did not want to be there. He's a very vocal dog. But anyway, I have to go in. So that was my weekend, you guys. I guess it's just to cap it off of the week. Now, let's just cross our fingers. Prayers, please. I will keep you updated. We probably won't find anything more out. I think we're going to be able to pick him up today, but we're not going to find anything more out until later in the week, he said, when all the tests come back. So I will keep you updated. For my lunch today, I'm doing some real good chicken nuggets. It's more like the scraps in the bottom of my chicken nugget bag. And then some no sugar added Ray's barbecue sauce. And then I just made a salad using some Bolthouse Italian dressing. I have some cheese, tomatoes, spring mix, and some cucumbers. Very quickly, before I burn up, because if I turn on the air conditioner, it'd be way too loud. I did not have a snack today at all, so I am having one of these Nuri strawberry milkshakes. I really, really like these. So I'm having this because as soon as I get home, I'm gonna put the first coat of my trim in the kitchen, and then, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I did post a video today. Did I post my chatty vlog today? I think so. I posted that about my kitchen. I kind of showed my before, so you guys will see that when it's all done, hopefully this week. But I want to go put the first coat of the trim, so then later on tonight I can put the second coat, and I can put my freaking kitchen back together because it is driving me crazy. So I know I won't eat dinner as soon as I get home. I think we're gonna do pork chops tonight, so I know I won't eat dinner as soon as we get home, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that first. So I'm gonna have this so I don't get hungry and snacky. So we'll be adding this to today's total. And now I have to go because I am burning up. For dinner, I had some air fried pork chops, some green beans, and then I had a half of a cup of the mashed potatoes, like the instant mashed potatoes. The pork chops in the air fryer, you guys, if you have not tried them, try it. It's just like frying them. They are so good. And here are my totals for today. I thought today turned out to be a pretty fantastic day of eating. My coffee for the day is going to be some Stoke cold brew. I add in this Nuri chocolate milkshake, and then 1 or 2 tablespoons of the Chobani pumpkin spice creamer. My breakfast today is going to be the pumpkin spice Catalina Crunch with the vanilla yogurt. Yum! For a snack, I'm going to have a chomp stick and an apple. I am putting my lunch together. I am so glad I picked up a salad kit. My plan was to kind of start making, like kind of prepping. I was trying my words, you guys. I cannot find words today. My plan was on Sunday to meal prep some components of all my different bowls and meals I plan to have this week. However, due to, as I mentioned, due to my puppy dog and having to take him to the vet and hospitalize him and all of that, Sunday was gone. Plus, as you can see here, we are painting our kitchen. So we got all of that done this weekend too. I just have to go around now and fix all my little mistakes that I have where it bled through the tape and stuff. So I'm going to do that tonight so I can put my kitchen back together. You guys, it is such a mess. My whole house is such a mess. I told my husband, I'm like, great idea on this painting project because my house is so messy. I am hoping I don't see why by end of this next weekend we should have everything in this area done. The only thing we have left to do, my husband still needs to cut in the top up there, you can see, and for those of you who didn't know, this was like a brick red kitchen. I am so glad to be done with it, but he needs to cut that in up there. He has a couple places, he has like one wall in the hallway and then cutting it all in there, and then we just have to go around and just fix some little, the bleeding part and just fixing around the edges and stuff. But we can get rid of the ladder. We can get rid of almost everything out of here. But my kitchen is, oh my gosh, you guys, such a mess. So I did not get a chance to meal prep. So what I am doing today, and hopefully tonight I'll have leftovers for dinner that I can have for lunch tomorrow. So we're gonna do a salad kit, tried and true salad kit. This is the Mexican street corn, one of my favorites. And then I'm doing the Tyson diced chicken breast. This is the blackened chicken, really good. I found this at Grocery Outlet. I think I only have one more. I may have 2 bags left. I'm not sure. I need to pop by there and see if they have more. Anyway, I'm gonna have that, and that'll be my lunch today. Like I said, hopefully, my plan tonight was to make the chicken. I was gonna do the chicken Caesar salad pasta. But I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow because I work from home tomorrow, and I'll always have time to cook the pasta ahead of time and all that. Tonight, I think I'm just gonna do a fajita bowl, and then both me and my husband can have that, and I can make some extra chicken fajita meat, and then he's gonna do beef. So I can cook up some the fajita meat, and I can prep a bowl for tomorrow for lunch, and then tomorrow night I will do the chicken Caesar salad pasta thing, and I can make extra of that I can have for leftovers the next day. So hopefully that brings me into the weekend and I can get things back to normal. I'm hoping next week is completely normal week because then my house will be back together. I haven't been able to mop my floors because what's the point? We're dragging ladders around, we're walking through there, it's just it's just disgusting. I feel like it's disgusting. So anyway, I'm gonna put the salad together. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna head back to work, and I will see you guys tonight with dinner. And there is my lunch. I just weigh out the salad dressing. That's how I, on those packets, you know, unless you're making the whole thing. But what I do is I just weigh it out on my scale. Look at the bottle of most of the salad dressings I have, and most of them range between 28 to 31 grams. So I just do 28 just to be safe, because these ones in the salad kits tend to be on the thicker side. So I just do 28 grams, figured that's easy to track. And I just kind of try to find a salad dressing that's similar. You can go on the Taylor Farms website and break it down. So sometimes I will do that too and go look at the ingredients and see if I can break down the salad dressing. But a lot of times I just find one that's similar in my tracker and just do 28 grams. And there you go. We'll talk in the morning why I did not have dinner tonight, but I feel like I still did pretty good with my protein and everything. So actually still ended up being a pretty good day, pretty filling day. For my coffee this morning, we are having the praline crunch with some of my rest of my fat-free milk. And then I'm going to have the same breakfast, you guys. This was the same breakfast all week, but it was so good. Well, while I wait for my computer to boot up and do its thing, doesn't want to wake up this morning for some reason. I've been having issues with my OneDrive cloud. It kept shutting off on me yesterday, so every time I would go to try to find a file or open up a file, it would say try again, and I would look down, my OneDrive is gone. Now, I have been ignoring the change password thing for this entire week, so IT told me that was probably what it was. Anywho, it's trying now. So I changed my password, and we'll see if the OneDrive comes up this morning. I had to keep manually starting it. Anyway, so you did not see dinner last night. That is because as soon as I got home, I started painting. So I got that second layer on the entire bottom half of the kitchen. My husband did the first layer of cutting in on the top of the kitchen. If you guys don't know, I'm painting my kitchen. I think I mentioned that earlier. So you can watch my chatty vlog, or you can wait till it's all done. We're gonna have to pause because of financial reasons, because of all this pet stuff, you know, the dog stuff, and we have to take, you know, it was like $1,200 for the hospitalization and all the tests and stuff for the dog, and then we have to take him back in 2 weeks for his checkup, and then back a week after that to fix his infected tooth, and then my other dog has to go in for his dental stuff. So we're looking at probably another $3,000 coming up. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, so we're gonna have to pause on the painting for a bit and just go from there. But we'll get everything out in the living room part. It's just the bedrooms and the office and the spare bedroom, our bedroom, the 2 bathrooms, and the office. So really just the living room, hallway, kitchen is gonna get done right away, which will be fine. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We're the only ones that live there, right? We just have to do it as we can do it. And we just did not foresee this happening, of course, with the animals. So when I got home, I painted. I wanted to get it painted because I just need to get my kitchen back together. Just needed to. So my husband did the cutting in on the top. So he just has to do one more layer of cutting in on the top, and then the kitchen will be done. I put away everything in the kitchen. And we just have to put my racks up on the wall, and that's all we have to do is just put the racks up on the wall, which I'm going to see. He's not working today, so I'm going to see if he can do it while I'm at work today, because then I can put everything back on the racks and my kitchen is done. And then maybe this weekend I can actually mop and put my rugs down, and my kitchen will be, well, we have to pull out the stove because we have to get back behind there. So we do have to pull out the stove, and we're gonna do that this weekend, but for the most part, it's gonna be all done. So a lot of time I painted, and then I had to take a shower. It's just been such a stressful week, you guys. And I just needed the shower so bad. Normally I have dinner first, then I take my shower and get in my jammies and all of that. But last night I had to take my shower first. Like, it was just, I just needed to relax. I think just with all the stuff with my son, my dog, and then you know, the painting and work's been busy. I just needed that shower way before I needed to eat. So then during my shower, which like I said, normally I eat and take a shower and then get my jammies and then sit down and read or whatever, you know, for the rest of the night. I could not. I had to take the shower first. I get out of the shower and I just absolutely did not want to do anything. I was just done. I was not hungry. I am kind of TMI. I am kind of crampy. I have not had, my cycle has not happened since beginning of July, and so this is what happens when you're in perimenopause. You never know what's going to happen, and now I think I'm back to the about 55-day cycle. So, or more. I'll have to look and see how long it's been. So that's happening this week. So I'm kind of feeling a little, you know, the first day of my cycle, I always feel a little crampy and nauseous and all that, and that's how I was feeling last night. I'm still kind of feeling that a little bit way this morning. So I did not have dinner last night. However, you guys know I'm doing that 30-day challenge, and I tracked everything, and I still had 100 grams of protein. So I still hit my protein goal, but my calories were kind of low. So I'll try to make up for it today. But I'm feeling a little bit better today. So I did make my lunch before I left because I'm not leaving here today because we have a meeting that'll give over around 12:30ish. So I don't want to have to go home and all of that. So I'd rather and I think I have a meeting at like 1:15. So I really would not have time to go home and make something to eat and come back. So I made my lunch this morning. And so I will show that to you. I took a clip of it this morning just in case I can't show you while I'm here at work. So I did take a clip of it this morning before I left for work. Okay, I think that catches you up. I'm gonna drink my coffee, which I am loving these loaded coffees, you guys. I used the rest of my Fairlife milk though because I forgot to buy some last weekend. It's just nice having that extra 13 grams of protein in this. So, yep, we'll just have to pick some up on Saturday. Okay, I'm gonna make my yogurt bowl. I know my meals have been a little bit boring this week, but this yogurt bowl has just been so good. It has been so good. I've been loving it. So, you know, I will check in with you guys later. For my lunch today, I have a steak fajita bowl. So I just have some of the Spanish cauliflower rice, some steak fajitas, and a guacamole cup. Hey guys, and the first time I've checked in today, I'm glad I took that little clip in my lunch because it was pretty much a working lunch today. But I'm having this snack on my way home because I am really hungry because I brought a Built Bar and this for a snack and a peach. Oh, I left my peach in the refrigerator. Oh well. I really wanted the peach, but I have more in my refrigerator here at home, so probably will definitely have one of those tonight. But anyway, I'm gonna snack on this. This is one of the 70 calorie bags. Snack on this and then go home and make dinner at some point. I'll see you then. For dinner tonight, I'm gonna make a burger bowl. I'm using this light Thousand Island dressing from Wishbone, one of the favorites. Pickles, tomatoes, red onion, this 93% lean ground beef, avocado, some cheese, some diced hash browns, and some shredded lettuce. And then to season the meat, I am using the Montreal steak seasoning. And here's what my burger bowl turned out and it looked like. And my husband really liked it. He didn't think he would. He told me, no, I just won't have that for dinner. I'll just make something else. And then I said, well, just try it. I mean, I'm going to make it anyway. It's not like I'm going to be making it. It's not like I'm making extra. So he ended up liking it. And here are my totals for the day. Again, I feel like this turned out to be a really good week of eating after what I have been going through the last couple of weeks. So excited that I had a normal week of eating, and I feel like everything turned out very well. Thank you guys, as always, for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.